Hey, 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 what's up? What's up? This is April. What's up, my TCG fam? I am a little late and I am sorry, but better late than never, right? All right, so let me see, get this going here. All right, let's see. Oh, let's see right there. Bam, got that. All right, what's up? It is Tuesday. Now, this is our Auditor Tuesday. However, and we're gonna let's go in order. Come on, ADHD, calm down. All right. So, how is everybody this week? I hope everybody is doing great. Um, I got some things to talk about. Y'all know I'm a little passionate about, taxpayers' funds and all that stuff. So, yeah, we got some stuff to get into. All right. So, as you see, we've got badge number 0120, and this is Gustada Deanda, state trooper in Georgia. This is our tyrant of the week still. And I just found out that this is the man that lied because the guy's Uber camera had his camera was showing his passenger and himself for blocks and blocks. This officer pulled him over saying, and the man, the driver, the Uber driver, he was like this. He had one hand right here, just playing with his beard or something, and he had his other hand on the steering wheel the whole time. Well, the officer pulled him over. He immediately went to the car. We played a little bit last week. Went to the car, and you can go to Law Dixon. That's the Uber driver's name. Anyway, so he played the car. The officer came and he pretty much said, "You get a ticket for holding your cell phone." The guy said, the Uber driver said, "I wasn't holding my cell phone. I have a camera right here." So yeah. So that's him. That's badge number 0120. Now, Georgia State Patrol have since, Georgia Public Safety, they have since dismissed the man's tickets, but we need to see more. We need to see, because how many others did this Gustada Deanda, badge number 0120, how many others has he violated, right? All right. So that's that. So, and also that state trooper, from my understanding, I think he graduated. He's to me fairly new. So I wonder what he was doing before law enforcement, because he actually just graduated 2020. So, and this is an older gentleman. So to be a fresh graduate, sort of, so to speak, what did he do before 2020? Also, you know, Georgia State Patrol, there's a shortage, and they're not doing a good job of retaining their officers. So that means that they're desperate. So that means that their screening process is probably horrible. I'm just saying, probably really bad. Just like the place I used to work at. Ooh, boy, after a while, man, it was like the trap, working in the trap house. Okay, so anyway, all right, so we're going to talk about more on the local line of Georgia also tonight. And we're going to talk about what's this new information right around the corner from your girl, Fani Willis. We're going to talk about this South of Fulton Mayor Khalid Kamau. Kamau, I think that's how you pronounce it. He also goes by on his Facebook, his little kitty Facebook. You go to his Facebook, you'll see why I say kitty. Anyway, well, he's like a teenager, but yeah. And he's mayor of South Fulton. But anyway, he goes by Mayor Kobe. hmm Mayor Kobe. That's what he goes by. So from, I think it was October to December, so a few months, there are unauthorized an unauthorized amount of $26,000 unauthorized on the city's credit card. Did y'all hear me? Yeah. Did y'all hear me? Do I need to repeat it? $26,000 on the city credit card. Yeah. Has anybody ever been to South Fulton? Yeah. Put a comment if you've been to South Fulton. Tell me, comment and let me know what y'all think about what South Fulton or how South Fulton could use $26,000. About the children there, the anything. Oh my goodness. However, based on in the Mayor Kobe, okay, he is let me turn this down. So Mayor Kobe is saying basically it's justified because he can show receipts of where he spent it. So city council members, they're saying, and I'll play a little clip of what was shown on the news because the council meeting was being filmed. So one of the city council members said to him, it's your black, don't play the victim when you're the villain. When we didn't authorize you, or we didn't tell you to go over to Africa for 20 days. That was on allegedly. Well, I think he's admitted it. He said show receipts for how he spent the money. He went to Paris, Africa to do what's called trade missions. So I guess he's practicing to be president of the United States, maybe. Who knows? But he's a mayor of a little part of Fulton, South Fulton County. And so he went to Africa and Paris and all these places, brought some folks over here and to do trade missions, mission trade, whatever. Yeah. Oh, and also there was Amazon bill of over 1,800, that too. So yeah, he just was shopping away, traveling, just get his culture in, going to the motherland. And yeah. So let me tell you what. So in the city council meeting, they brought this up to Mayor Khalid Kamau, also known as Mayor Kobe. They brought this up, and the man evidently stormed out of the meeting. He stormed out of the meeting at first. He came back after he stormed off, throwing a tantrum like somebody's supposed to go kissing his butt. He came back, and he came back saying, let me see, let's go, let's find what he said so we can say exactly what he said verbatim. So we're just gonna excuse me. So yeah, how's everybody doing? Thank you for coming in as you come in, or if you're watching the replay, whatever you're doing. I appreciate you watching, and be sure to hit the like button because we are a growing channel and we're going to keep growing. And as you can see, I'm talking like I have a big old audience, and that's fine because you got to fake it till you make it, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me find this information about what he said. Just a moment here. All right. So where should I have that? Okay. This is what this dude said. These people like this, I'm telling you, these people like this get on my last nerve. So they're trying to justify spending a county like South Fulton funds on some stuff like this. Yeah. Okay. Unauthorized. Like, who do you think you are? I'm going to tell y'all who he reminds me of in a minute, too. Anyway, so in the meeting, he stormed out when they first asked, they were asking questions like, Why did you do this? What, whatever. This man says this when he came back. All right. And they said the way that the writer of this article is, they said he was appearing frustrated. So he was frustrated. Of course, when you've been caught doing something, or usually, let me say this, usually when you're doing something that you shouldn't have done and you get called out for it, especially when you're a person that is an authoritative figure or whatever, you're supposed to be leading the folks, you're going to get offended, which is what he did. Check this out. This is what he said when he came back in. I am so distressed and disappointed that the blackest city in one of the blackest states in the United States of America is into Black History Month with this all Black council tearing each other down. That's what he said. I'll repeat. I am so distressed and disappointed that the blackest city in one of the blackest states in the United States of America is into Black History Month with this all Black council tearing each other down. Now, you spending taxpayers $26,000, what, and we're questioning you about it. What does that have to do with Black? Hello. What the world does that have to do with Black? Why is it that people, just like Fani Willis when she went up in that church when she was busted, because she tried to deny that little affair at first. When she was busted, she went up to the Black church and she said a speech, which I don't know why the church even let her go up there talking politics. Anyway, why they let her do that says a lot about the church, that church, to me. But anyway, so yeah, they want to use the Black word when they are caught in a uncomfortable situation, placed in situations, whatever, whether they're guilty or not. That's what a lot of people do. A lot of us do that. But how about this? Since you're so pro-Black and you want to show the Black pride that you have, Mayor, who is this? Mayor, what was his name? Mayor Khalid Kamau, and DA Fani Willis. Okay, so since you're big on Black pride and Black people should stand up for one another, how about have some pride? How about show some pride? How about, if you're so proud, how about integrity? Yep. How about integrity? How about honesty? How about setting a standard since we're Black? How about that? Where's the standards? Where's your respect for whoever raised your ass, right? Where's the respect? And show them you have class. Why would you spend $26,000 without getting approval? Even the president have to get approval. You can't just go spending money and making decisions. You can't. This is not that type of country. We are taxpayers and we have a right to know where our hard-earned money is going. And I don't think right now, in this day and time, I don't think anybody, there's not too many people that could care crap about what your trips were involving and telling to Africa, and we didn't go, and Paris. Are you serious? And that man is trying to justify that. Evidently, he has created, and I went to his Facebook page. So he created a separate Facebook for the receipts only. But so he's basically saying, yeah, I spent the money on Paris and Africa and for the trade missions and brought these people over here. I did, but here are the receipts. Yep, I did it. That's not the point. The point is not, what did you do? It's why did you do that? Why? That's the question. Why did you do that? You didn't have authorization, number one. You didn't have authorization. So now that we know what you did, uh, you're trying to make it okay by showing receipts. Now that we know what you did, so you're trying to make it okay, and you're trying to make yourself seem like you're completely innocent in this situation by showing what you did. But you told why you did that without authorization? Have you told why you spent our money, our hard-earned tax money that we pay? Have you told why you chose to spend that money on a 20-day trip to Africa and Paris and Amazon over $1,800, whatever that was about, allegedly? Have you said why you spent that on that versus putting it back since it wasn't going towards whatever, how about putting it back into the community? We paid the funds. How about putting it back? How about starting more recreational centers for our children? How about that? They say that Georgia is one of the lowest states, lowest not lowest, the lowest um educational states. So like Georgia is behind when it comes to our educational system. So how about putting that towards South Fulton's educational system? How about that? Do you know how many homeless people are in Atlanta with children? Homeless shelters are filled. They have waiting lists for homeless shelters. There are so many. Oh my goodness. Like, so all these folks are suffering. All of our black people, okay, since you want to bring up black, all these black people are suffering, trying to find a way. And this man is taking trips to Africa with taxpayers' money and parents. That man stayed for 20 days. I don't know if y'all have ever, like, what did he think he was? What the world? Who does that? Who does that, right? Who does it? I'm gonna tell you who does it. Now I don't know if he stayed 20 days, but I tell you, he took a whole entourage with him. I don't know what year, but this was his name is Mayor Jack Alice. He was what is it when you get your mayorship taken away? Oh my goodness. Bill Clinton was, what was it? Oh my goodness. What is the term? I have ADHD, so let me think about it. Um I can't remember. I can't think right now. My goodness. Come on, April. Anyway, so his county voted Mayor Jack Ellis. He did the same thing. Oh, sister country, Ghana, I think it was. Um, Rumor has it that he purchased a home over there while his city was in bankrupt. Yeah. There was when they took his mayorship, I know that's I'm not saying it proper. However, when they took his mayorship, they took his city car. They did it up. Like this, the more the further south you go into the state of Georgia, yeah, y'all better straighten up. Y'all better act like y'all have some standards, because some folks are not gonna just sit back and let you spend their hard-earned taxpayer money on your trips to Africa. And evidently, this dude, he took a whole slew of people with him. I know somebody personally that he took. She owns an African dance studio. Yeah, that's what he did. So yeah, that's what these people are doing. They are that's called, to me, that's called corrupt. Now, the corruption, because we still haven't heard of what's going on with Fani, with her Fani, right? We haven't heard of what they're doing, what they decided. We know she's been pulled from the Trump case. We know that um it came out about them denying that they had an affair. That came out. We know that they denied Ashley Merchant's public records request when she was trying to get information. It was denied, and the state won. Ashley Merchant won that case. So what is happening? What is the isn't it supposed to be a felony? Misappropriation of government funds? Isn't that a felony? Let's see. Let's see if that's a felony. Because I guarantee you, if it was one of us and we misappropriated some government funds, allegedly, we would be in jail right now. And then they would be investigating while we're in there. How about that? Yeah. What's that? All right, so let's okay. So misappropriation of funds is the illegal use of money or property for personal gain. It can involve public funds, company resources, or client funds. Is this a felony or what? Yeah, it's a felony. That's a felony. Yeah, that's a felony. So misappropriation of government funds, that is a felony. And if we misappropriated funds, if we took funds from the company that we work for, if our company gives us a credit card, and with this credit card, I'm supposed to pay the company's clients, whatever I'm supposed to pay. The company has assigned me to be in charge of paying for their vehicles, their clients. And if I go take this card and I say, okay, well, while I'm buying the client's vehicles, you know what? I deserve me a personal treat. I'm going to go on a shopping spree. Now, if I were to do that and go spend $10,000 somewhere, I guarantee you, when they see that on that receipt on that card, $10,000 for my expensive whatever, they can come and arrest me. And while they're investigating, I'm going to be charged with a crime. Yeah. I'm not going to be walking around and like, so it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. But how about Young Thug? What Fani did to Young Thug and all these other YSL people? Were they innocent until proven guilty? Honestly, I don't even think Young Thug, he pled guilty to some stuff. But the stuff that she was, all the stuff that she charged him with, he wasn't guilty. He wasn't found guilty of all that stuff. And if he would have stuck it out, I don't think he would have been found guilty of other stuff, of a lot of stuff that he probably, what did he do? Took the plea deal. So they spent what, close to 3 years, 2 years, 2022. Yeah. So almost 3 years in jail until their trial was over, till they finished. So that's a problem. Yeah. That's corrupt Georgia for you. That is corrupt Georgia. That's what's going on. Yeah. That's what's going on, corrupt Georgia. But yeah, when I read about this Mayor Kobe, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe. Oh, let me tell you what happened in the meeting. You know, it's okay. Just I go jump from one thing to another. All right. So after Mayor Khalid Kamau, after he said, you know, I'm just stressed. I can't believe that black is black and black people. Oh, we're supposed to be united and da 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 da. This councilwoman, Helen Willis, she says, I can't continue to sit here. Okay. I cannot continue to sit here and let you make it seem like we're the villains and you're the victim. Those cameras are in the back of the room, not because of us, she said, referring to the news stations that were there. She said, we are not tearing you down. You took your black behind over to Africa for 20 days and didn't tell anybody. That's what she said. Anybody. He went to Africa on city credit card. 20 days without getting that approved. Now, who does that? Who in the world would do that? The nerve. It's just like Fani Willis. The audacity to just blatantly do stuff and say, it's okay. Yeah, I did this, but that's okay. Yeah, we had an affair. That's okay. Like, what the world? Mm-mm. That's crazy. That is crazy, y'all. That is crazy. And then he went on to later announce, let's see. He later announced that he had what's called hard stop for the meeting, which began at 4 p.m. He excused himself from the meeting and did not return as council members continued to, continue on with the meeting. Yep, that happened. That did happen. Believe it or not, that man did that. Yeah, he did that. Now, tell me that doesn't remind you of Fani Willis. And oh, not just Fani Willis. And you know what? This is all under Atlanta, y'all. Oh my goodness. Last year, the sheriff, the Fulton County sheriff, what happened to the Fulton County jail? That same jail that was investigated on Rice Street. What happened, y'all? What happened? The prison, I mean, not the prisoners, but the staff, correction officers walked out. Remember when that happened last year? They walked out because they were not getting paid. They walked out. And it just so happens that the Fulton County jail owed the company that pays the correctional officers over $1 million. Y'all, if something is not going, what's going on in Georgia? What's going on in Atlanta? What's going on with these people? And the sad thing, since you want to bring up black, both of them, the sad thing is that they're all black. All three of these jokers black, dude. Mayor Khalid Kamau, the sheriff of Fulton County, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you, and then of course Fani Willis, but I'm gonna tell you what I was so relieved to see, but they didn't do it until who? Lil Woody came in that courtroom is talking about the deplorable conditions in Rice Street. And then all of a sudden they start investigating. And then all of a sudden all this stuff came out about what's going on in Rice Street, people getting murdered and all this stuff, right? But it didn't happen. All this time, Woody was in there. He described that place back from 2015. There's nothing new about this place. Look at what's happening today. And we're going to jump on that in a minute too. So after Woody put the darn prison on the jail on blast, the Fulton County jail on blast about the deplorable conditions. Then about a few months later, the whoever the state that the state department that is over that, they come in and do an investigation, and they're saying, oh, they gotta go in there and do this and do this. This is not acceptable. Oh, no, no, no. And then today, what's on the news today about the Rice Street jail? So now they're talking about, this is unheard of. Dude, they showed a darn inmate fighting another inmate, pretty much like bullying him. Just punching him. This big old dude is the guy he was punching was a little dude. Okay, so they're saying this is not acceptable. Where was the staff? This is not. Y'all are not gonna tell me. Y'all not gonna tell me that y'all did not know that goes on in prisons. I cannot stand when I'm telling you, I cannot stand when people act like, oh, attention, when things come out. They're like, attention, let's act like what? That was going on? That's what they do. They say, oh, that was going on, because people are putting the stuff on blast. That's why it's important for you to put the stuff on blast, because that's when people will make a difference. That's when they'll start changing their stuff, when you put them on blast. That's what it's all about, putting them on blast. That's period, point blank period. You got to put them on blast. So, yeah. What the heck? This crazy stuff, this been going on forever in Atlanta. I told y'all about the officer that told me, what he told me. I'm not as, anyway, yeah. Come on now. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on, Mayor Kamau. But that dude ain't going to get away with that. That dude is not going to get away with that, because now the Fulton County, South Fulton County, to me, it's all the same. They're under watch. People watching them. You see what I'm saying? People watching the government officials, because Fani and Nathan Wade, they brought attention. They brought some attention to the stuff. Young Thug case was actually, it was bad for them, but it was actually a blessing to the county, the people, the taxpayers, because now people are looking into stuff. People looking into what's going on in that nasty jail. Those people don't care. And I'm telling you, it's not just Atlanta. I mean, it's jails all over where they don't give a darn. They treat the darn inmates like animals. They don't give a darn. They don't care if you getting beat up and hurt. It's a torturous. They look at it like like people supposed to be. And I can't say we are, because I pray that I never have to spend time in jail. But they act like people supposed to endure torture when they go to jail. That's how they act. So now they're acting all, because the news are getting involved, and they're like, oh, they put the little video on blast showing the inmate beating up the other, inmate, which, oh my goodness, y'all. That's all I can say is, this stuff is crazy. Oh boy. Yep. This is crazy. And the thing is, the nerve of this dude, like October to December, was this 2023 when all this stuff was coming down on all this stuff about Fani had come out? And you think you're gonna take your butt to Africa and spend 20 days in Paris unaccounted for? Or not unaccounted for, but yeah, unauthorized use of city funds? Are you kidding me? You got to be out of your mind. Do you really think the taxpayers care about your trip to Africa, dude? South Fulton County. Who has been to South Fulton County? If you are watching this, okay, tell me, put a 1, just comment a number 1 If you understand what I'm saying when I say South Fulton County definitely don't need to be spending funds for somebody to spend 20 days in Africa. Really? You talking about deplorable? Man, that's something about, let me tell you something about Atlanta too. Let's go ahead and put everything on blast. Let's put it on blast. All these people who are not from Atlanta, who are from other states who moved into Atlanta because of the cost of living. They moved into Atlanta and they made it seem like it's luxurious, right? And you got some, it's stepped its game up over time. It has. You have to grow with your population, you got to grow with your folks. So, you got to build to what's coming into your city. If that's if you want to, stay afloat and make money, right? But there's parts of Atlanta that's suffering very badly. I'm going to tell you something what happened when the Olympics came to Atlanta. Before the Olympics hit, and I will never forget it because I was very young, and I was like, what? I remember the main, like down where Spelman is, I think that was called Ashby Street. But at that time, I think they changed the name to, anyway, I think it was called Ashby Street. But yeah, Ashby Street down there where the colleges are, and then over near like Central Avenue. Anyway, I think they changed it. Anyway, okay, so let me just say what I'm saying. So what they did before the Olympics hit, they revamped what you can see, the outside of Atlanta. Okay. So they made the main streets, they start building stuff, restaurants, making it look nice, saying, okay, people with abandoned homes, you're gonna have to, do this, do this. Hey, we got to get this cleaned up, right? So they did all this, and there's a whole side, pieces. They're not just one side. It's pieces of Atlanta that you can't even, you shouldn't even ride into if you're not from there. Come on. And you know what? The unfortunate thing is that's something that uh, Black people as a culture, we have to get out of that. Like, this outside is a facade. This is just a shell. But what about what's inside? Like, where Fanny can sit there and have that little bulldog attitude and act like, I didn't know that. What? That's my business. Don't you insult a Black man. All this stuff. But what about your integrity, lady? What's up with that? You don't find, and then the father went up there. Oh my gosh. Where's your integrity having your father go up there and say those things on the stand? That old man. Don't you have some kind of oh my goodness. Like, where are your standards? I didn't know it was anything wrong with having an affair. Even people at darn Best Buy know it's something wrong with having an affair with the boss and the darn person on the floor. Are you kidding me? You've had that much education, and you don't know that that was inappropriate to have an affair, and then the man you're having an affair with, you sit there and hire him to handle the Trump trial so y'all can get rich together. That's pretty much what that means to me. So, but you don't think that was right? You think that was appropriate? Y'all, she really thinks that she can't, right? Is it me? Y'all, do y'all think she really thought that was okay? Or do y'all think that was okay? How do y'all feel about that? Am I the only person that finds this stuff unbelievable? Like, the nerve, they have the audacity to do this stuff. Look at how Miss Love acted in that courtroom. Look at what's the judge that was removed, recused from the YSL trial? What was that man, y'all? Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, let's get it. Judge Glanville. Glanville. Uh-huh. Look at what Judge Glanville acted like. There was a clip, and I have it on video, I think. This lady was screaming across the courtroom to this judge, Judge Glanville. Well, Judge, he said, Miss Love, sit down. Ma'am, have a seat. The jurors are coming in. He said it probably, I don't know how many times. That lady stood up there and yelling at him until the jurors came in. And then she stumped over to the seat. Like, imagine if the cameras weren't there. Imagine if that wasn't a YSL trial. Imagine how many times these folks act the way that they act in that courtroom. Imagine how many people are in that Rice City jail, okay, found guilty from made up stuff, from stuff that's fictitious, and let me tell you something. Even if you did something, honestly, if you did something, it still has to be proven. Mm, yeah, you cannot sit there and accuse somebody of lurder, excuse me, uh, without you have to prove that. So, like, y'all just pay attention and keep a lookout for what people are doing with our funds. We have rights as taxpayers, we have rights as citizens, and government officials need to be held accountable. And that's it all. And again, it's going to fall back to what our Tuesdays was about, which is supposed to be Auditors Tuesday, where we give a shout out to an auditor every Tuesday. Unfortunately, this story right here with the South, and I'm gonna keep on this story. We're gonna probably be talking about this until the Diddy trial, because we're gonna be on that. But yeah, Mayor Khalid Kamau, we on your butt. And what's this badge number? 0120, Georgia State Trooper Gustada Deanda. What's his? Yeah, we on your butt too. We on it. Yeah, we're on it. We're not gonna let y'all sleep. Matter of fact, let's check on let me check on Law Dixon. Let's see if he what if there's anything new that he's found out. Because I know the last I heard he was asking how to file a complaint, because he was trying to file a complaint and they were saying, I don't know, they didn't want him to file a complaint or something. And the first thing, let me just say this. If y'all are ever in a situation where you think you have to sue, especially when it comes to your civil rights being violated, make sure that you first file a complaint. Any lawsuit starts with a complaint. The first thing that an attorney or the state is going to ask you, the first thing they're going to say, the judge, where's the complaint? So always make sure you file a complaint. Make sure a complaint is on file first when your rights have been violated. All right, let's see. So I'm looking for um boy, I'm looking for oh, excuse me. I told you I have ADHD. I just think about one the I was okay, so the Brat, and this is way off topic. The Brat and Judy, so they have their little son that they had. So he is now, I think, in going to daycare, some kind of schooling, and they were crying when they, like any parent, we don't want to see our little babies going to daycare or preschool, right? So they were crying, and it's just funny seeing them like going through what a lot of us went through a long time ago. And they're like older than most of us, most of us that know about them. They're older than us, and they got these little babies moments, which I'm happy for them, but yeah. Okay, so what was I looking? Oh, I wanted to check on Law Dixon. See there? ADHD boy. Yep, that's bad, a bad thing to have. Yep, yep, yep. What did y'all think about Kendrick Lamar's halftime show? Also, while we're waiting on this, what did y'all think? I thought it was hot. I thought it was nice. Except, I don't know what Hassan Campbell is talking about, but he said that Kendrick stole one of his I guess phrases that he says, turn the TV off. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't follow Kendrick more like that, but or Hassan Campbell. I listen to Hassan Campbell quite a bit because I agree with some of his views. But he came on like shortly after the halftime show online on his show, and he was like, thank you, he let it be known that's my phrase. So yeah, these is the entertainment industry is a nasty place, boy, nasty world. And then also like Jay-Z. Let's talk about it. Let's just get on into it. Let me first check on Mr. Law Dixon and see if there's any new information. Mm, mm, let's see. Then you know how quick they are to probably get somebody to hush up because they don't want stuff to get out. They be setting people up. Oh, let's send some black people over to yeah, ruffle his feathers. Like people stupid. Right, so he's going over stuff that concerns his rideshare driving and stuff there. I don't see anything up to date on that, but I sure hope, if this gets out or if anybody knows Mr. Law Dixon, I did message him myself, but if anybody knows or make sure you go check out his Facebook. But yeah, I hope that he definitely pursues his civil rights being violated because they were. Yep, they surely were. All right, so let's talk about Jay-Z. Let's talk about that. hmm So Jay-Z, he's being, included in the lawsuit, right? Some about the female saying when she was 13, what she was violated. Now, I think it was yesterday. His lawyer was trying to dismiss the charges, saying it was a case of blackmail or something like that. Their motion was removed yesterday, Jay-Z's attorney. Now, people are talking about, well, that's not a surprise. Look at how old Beyonce was when he met her, right? When he had his eye on her. And people are like, some people are saying, well, they're married with all these kids now. Who cares? Well, it just shows a lot about the character of folks. Okay. So stop with that who cares stuff. It shows about the character. How you are raised and how you treat people shows a lot about your character. So stop with that who cares. They apologize or who cares. It's gone. It's over with. Who cares? A lot of people care because I don't want to know. That shows someone about someone's character, and it shows what they are capable of doing at that time. That's what it shows. That's why we care. So there was a, what's that gentleman's name? Ernesto. There's a famous journalist. Okay, let's see. Get his name. All right, so his name is, here's a picture of him. Like that. Okay, so that's a famous journalist. And that man's name is, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Ernesto Williams. But let me make sure before I go. What is this man's name? How I have a picture of him, but not his name. All right, so I think it's Ernesto Williams. I thought I had his name somewhere. I know I do. I know I'm overlooking it. I got to be overlooking it. I do remember keeping account of that man's name. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. Okay, his name is Ernest Owens. So Ernest Owens, he says that Jay-Z, because Jay-Z, okay, so Jay-Z's account, Jay-Z, and I told y'all it was an interview a long time ago. I remember seeing the interview because some people made a big deal about the interview at that time. This was a long years and years before people start talking about Puffy, before 50 Cent started coming out with Puffy rumors. Okay, so a long time, years and years before that, when it was back before even R. Kelly was arrested. People were talking about, when he had been kicked off the what do you call it? The tour, or he kicked R. Kelly, or he quit the tour with R. Kelly or something. They had a dilemma. Okay, so people were talking about like, well, wait a minute, Jay-Z, uh, you were dating Beyonce and she was a teenager. Or you said, because he on that interview, he said, oh, I had my eye on her when she was if I'm not mistaken, I thought he said 15. I thought he said I had my eye on her when I first saw her when she was 15. And I know he slipped and said that. But according to Beyonce, she says, oh no, I didn't meet him until I was 18. And we talked for about a year until we really start, getting into it. But Jay-Z stated that he met her when she was, matter of fact, this is what he said. Look, this is what Ernest was his name, Ernest Owens. He said that Jay-Z said, and this could be the darn interview that I'm talking about too, but Ernest Owens said that Jay-Z said that he met his future wife. See, now you said you met his future wife when she was 16. Jay-Z was 28 years old at the time. Yep. 28. She was 16. So, like I said, it just shows a lot about the character, the frame of mind that he was in at the time. Because a 16-year-old and you're 28 years old and you're a rapper, you're in the hip hop industry. And you're hot too. Jay-Z was hot. And you're looking at a 16-year-old in that way, like that's gonna be my future wife. I'm gonna tell you what happened to me at a concert after the concert. So we were at the um it was a concert in DC. It was one of the MC Hammer. It was MC Hammer, Old Town 357, and was it Boyz II Men? I think it was Boyz II Men. Yeah, it was. I think it was Boyz II Men or Jodeci. I don't think Jodeci was even. Yeah, I don't think it. I don't know. I think it was Boyz II Men. Anyway, so MC Hammer, he was hot at that time. He had all the dancers, and all that big show. Okay, so after the show, my cousin was older than me. Okay, so I went to the concert with her. Now at the time, I was probably 13 years old, honestly, and my dad let me go to the anyway. Okay, so we were so my cousin was like, oh, let's, her and her friends, they were like, let's go back here where the tour buses are, where the tour buses leave. So they knew where the tour buses come out of the, from under the stadium. And so we're just standing in the parking lot like some little gold some little groupies. Okay, some little groupies. I had no business even. I was excited too. I was excited. Imagine, you're 13, you're like MC Hammer. Ooh, Okay, so we're out there, and all of a sudden, it's like I guess the dancers or some of the dancers, they were walking out into the parking lot, the area that we were in. So they came over. This one of them came over, and all I did was ask for an autograph. I asked for an autograph. I don't know who this person was. I just know he was one of MC Hammer's dancers. I have no idea who this person was. I was just, just excited. I was 13. Okay, so this man said, how old are you? Now keep in mind, I was 13. I said 15. Even though I wasn't 15, I said 15. Like that was supposed to make it a little better. This man, I remember he said this. He said, well, here, when he signed his name, he said, here's my number. Call me when you turn 16. That's what he said. So at the time now, I'm super excited, right? I'm happy. I'm like, ooh, wait, he said call when I turn 16. Okay. But now as an adult, right? I look back at that and I say, okay, you're a grown man. It's just like me as a grown lady. If I saw a handsome young man who's not even legal age, okay, instead of me saying, oh, he's a handsome young fellow, right? He's 15. He says he's 15, but he may be only 13, right? And he says he's 15, and I say, call me when you turn 16. Come on now. Is that right? Just because I said call me when you turn 16, why am I looking at that young man like that? Why can't I just think that he's a handsome young fellow? Why am I looking at a kid like that? He's not even of legal age. So why was he looking at her that way? You see what I'm saying? So that just shows about the character of people. So it was clear that man was probably, to me, he probably, hey, okay. So it just shows a lot about the character. Not, and the thing is, I'm not saying that that person who's brought on that lawsuit, I'm not saying that they're innocent, because just like I said, I was 15. That girl probably did not say, I'm 13. She went to that concert, and from what I read, she was like she was out there where the limousine drivers were. So I don't know what that situation was, but I can guarantee you she did not look like a lot of us are thinking 13. We're seeing what we see it. We're probably seeing ourselves at 13. We're like, 13? You would know that somebody's 13, right? But you have to remember, just like with teenagers now, you got some teenagers that are 13, that look 13, You got some 13-year-old teenagers that look 16 because that's what they want. They want to look older because their mind is not in the right. They're not focused on the right stuff. They're thinking about, the wrong stuff. So they want to be grown looking. That's how girls are. They want to be grown looking. And being grown, just like I used to tell my daughter, being grown looking is not impressive. That's just, you're just asking for trouble. Anyway, so I'm sure this person probably, um, I'm sure, well, I'm not going to say I'm sure because I don't know anything about, I don't know these people personally. I don't know Jay-Z and I don't know Puffy, but I'm just thinking that she probably did not reveal that she was only 13. Okay. And so that's the situation with that. The thing is, if it happened, it happened. You gotta like suffer the consequences. It happened, it happened. That's when you are in the limelight, just like who did I meet that time? Well, I'm not going to mention their name, but anyway, when you're in the limelight, you're holding a position that a lot of teenagers are flocking themselves to. Any star that where teenagers are just throwing themselves at you, right? Because they're excited, because they're starstruck. You have to be very, very cautious. You have to be cautious on who you give your phone number to. You have to be cautious on who you get numbers from. You have to be you have to protect yourself at all costs. You have to make sure that you're setting an example. You just have to take on a responsibility, um, that because you have the responsibility of being accountable. You have to know, okay, I'm in a position where teenagers are are flocking to me. So I have to remember everybody that comes up to me with some red lipstick and makeup and short skirt is not who I'm thinking. You have to really be very um secure. You have to treat yourself like, okay, who is this? That's how you have to be. You can sign autographs and give your fans hugs and take pictures and all that stuff, but that's it. Don't be doing stupid stuff like what they did after that. Allegedly what they did after that concert. Like, you're asking for trouble. You're asking for trouble. If what they're being accused of is what they did, they have to suffer the consequences, whether we like Jay-Z or not, whether we like him or not. Because a lot of us, we, a lot of us have a little more respect for Jay-Z than a lot of people. And that's because the way that he presented himself to us. We don't know him personally, but the way he presents himself to us, it's like we're like, no, he wouldn't dare be tied up in that puffy stuff. But let me tell you, just like when that old interview about Beyonce and that Aaliyah stuff, like when you hear rumors from different stars, rumors that are being passed around from stars, it's got to hold some truth. It's got to hold some truth. 50 Cent has been talking about Puffy way before anybody. That was the first person that I heard this stuff from. And I was like, 50 Cent is a trouble starter. That's what I remember. I told my friends, I was like, he like to fight. He's one of those people that like to fight. You know how you have the when you're growing up and it's always got to be somebody in the neighborhood that just want to fight. You know what I'm saying? They just like to fight because they can fight. You know what I'm saying? They go around starting fights for no reason. They just want to start fights because they like to fight. Like, let's fight. So that's how I was looking at 50 Cent. I was like, this dude want to start trouble. Everybody. He just like drama. That's what I was thinking. But then um too much stuff start coming in these rumors. Yeah. Too much stuff start coming in these rumors. And man, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be definitely covering that when that trial starts May. But yeah, we're gonna follow this story for now with the South Fulton mayor Khalid Kamau, who thinks people stupid, Mayor Kobe. We're gonna follow that and keep a lookout for that. And oh, about the halftime show, Kendrick Lamar. I don't know if y'all remember when he first came out. When he first came out, that man he wasn't so mainstream. Like he was more of a conscious rapper. He reminds me of Common. That's who he reminds me of. And there's messages in his music. There's messages that you need to pay attention to. Don't just look at the little, hip stuff, crip walk, no, crip walk, whatever. Look, pay attention to the colors. Pay attention that he sends messages in most of his songs, just like well, Busta Rhymes said he does that too. He said he'll get a fly hook to reel the folks in, and then he always says a message in his songs. I don't understand. I don't see the messages, Busta, but he said that's what he does. But I do know that Kendrick's songs is like he's a more of a conscious rapper. So pay attention. Go watch it over. Go watch the halftime show over so you can really or listen to the lyrics. Listen to the lyrics of the song. It's more than just the beef with between him and Drake. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, so that's all I wanted to talk about tonight. Oh, and because it is Auditor Tuesday, I do want to give a shout out. We have to give a shout out to an auditor every Tuesday, regardless of what we're going to talk about. And this week, we're going to give a shout out to, you know what, Georgia Transparency. Georgia Transparency. Let me see what his favorite term is when he's doing his auditing. He says, oh my God, what's that? When they say, what are you doing? He says, it's not, I'm chilling or what? I'm just hanging. Oh, what's his saying? Let me find out his saying. Gosh, how can I believe I don't remember? He said he has a famous little saying that he says, like everybody have their own little sayings. Like Tyrant Terminator, he says, TTA fam from the top, from the top. You know what I'm saying? And then you've got J Town with her apple bottom jeans with the, and then you've got so they all have their little stuff. And he has something too. Oh, I can't think of it. But yeah, we want to give Georgia Transparency a shout out. We appreciate your work. We appreciate you. Yes, we do. All right. So yeah, this was a good show, actually. This was a good night. We talked about a lot. We covered stuff that is, relevant. So I like it. Yeah, we're gonna grow, and I know people that maybe come back and watch. They probably like, who is she talking to? My crowd, my future crowd. Yeah, my future folks, my future folks. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for watching. This is April TCG, and I will see you, if not sooner. It'll be next Tuesday on Auditor Tuesday, and we're gonna talk some more about what's going on here in corrupt Georgia. All right. All right. TCG fam, I am out. Be sure to like the video. Like it, like. Peace.